This is called Boringville. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Shelley. She lived in Boringville. Boringville was a very happy place. Everyone went about doing their business, going to school, working, going to church, shopping at the grocery store. It was a fun place. And everyone knew that there were only two colors in the world, black and white. Some things were black and some things were white. Dogs were white. Cats were black. Squirrels were white. Monkeys were black. The sky was white. The earth was black. Cars were always white, but buses were black. It was like that, and everyone accepted it, and everyone was very happy in Boringville. But not Shelley. Shelley didn't understand. Why are there only two colors in this world? There are different kinds of animals. That's many more than two. There's different kinds of people. There's different kinds of birds. Why is colors only two? That doesn't make any sense. I bet there's more colors out there. I bet we just don't know. I bet Boringville is boring. I want to go find more colors. And she said that right out loud in the middle of school, and everyone laughed at her. Oh, she thought she was thinking inside her head, but she was talking out loud. Now she was sad because everyone laughed at her. But when she went home, she told her parents, and they didn't laugh at her, which was nice of them. But they said, "Oh, honey, there's only two colors in the world. Everyone knows that." Oh, this made her all the more sad. Her parents didn't even want to believe in her. Well, that weekend she thought about it a little bit more, and she said, no one in Boringville ever even leaves Boringville. I bet no one's ever gone beyond the city limits. And right across the city limits, there's a forest. No one seems to go to that forest. I'm going to go walk. Maybe I can find some color there. So in the morning, she said, "Mom, Dad, going out to play. Bye." They said, "Okay. Come back by dinner time." So off she went. And she walked across town to the edge of town. And then she went to the forest. And she walked into the forest. And at first, everything was black and white. The trees were black. The grass was white. Some of the bushes were black. And some of the bushes were white. And she walked and walked. And walked and walked. It was a big forest. But she was determined. She said, "I think if I keep going farther away, I'm going to find something that's not black and white. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find something." And just then, she came to the end of the forest. And right in front of her was the most beautiful thing she'd ever seen. It was water running. Just like at home. But at home, the water was white. But here, the water wasn't white. The water wasn't black. It looked different. It looked amazing. "Oh, wow. This is spectacular," Shelley said. "I knew it. I knew that there was something out there beyond Boringville. I knew there were more colors." And so she jumped right into that river. And she didn't know what to call it because she didn't know the name of it. All name she ever knew of colors was black and white. But she knew this was a different color. And she jumped in and she swam. And she swam around and she kicked, for she was a very good swimmer. And she had lots of fun. Then she just kind of let the river take her down stream a bit. And downstream, the river slowed down a little bit, and she came to the edge, and it looked like there was a big open space, no more forest. And right there was all kinds of plants, but they weren't white, and they weren't black, and they weren't the color of the river. They were yet another color. That makes 4, she said. 4! So exciting. Then she walked across that prairie, and she came to some hills. And on the hills, there seemed to be some animals, some little animals. They didn't look like dogs. They didn't look like cats. They didn't look like birds. They kind of looked like squirrels, but they weren't squirrels. But they weren't black, and they weren't white. And they weren't the color of the river. And they weren't the color of that prairie. They were yet another color. 5, she says. She was so excited. But she was tired. So she decided to make her way home. She walked back out of the hills, across the prairie, quickly swam across the river, walked upriver, crossed back through the forest, and when she got home, it was just dinner time. And she sat down, and Mommy and Daddy said, "How was your day? Did you have fun?" And she said, Yes, it was amazing. I saw new colors. I saw a river. I saw a prairie. I saw hills with animals and all kinds of different colors." And they said, "Oh, Shelley, there's only 2 colors in this world, black and white." But Shelley was too tired to argue, and she was so happy. So she said in her head, "Nope, there's more than 2 colors in this world, but there's only 2 colors in Boringville." The end.